Hello everyone, this is Mr. Work Smarter. Happy New Year, wishing everyone a great and successful 2019. It's been a while since I did a video, but it's great to be back on the camera. The goal this year for me is to share more projects, more products that I've been working on with you guys. So today I wanted to discuss one of my new notepads that I've been designing called the Monthly Goal Tracker. Can you zoom into it? Here we go, this beauty right here. So before I cover how to use the Monthly Goal Tracker, I wanted to give you some background into why I started doing this, because this goes back years ago when I was in university, when I discovered I had dyslexia. So what's dyslexia for those of you that don't know? Dyslexia is a learning difficulty, and that could mean challenges with your spelling, writing, pronunciation, processing information slowly. And it was different challenges for different people, and in order for me to combat it, especially at university, trying to do projects, trying to be organized, I had to discover ways to work smarter. And what I did was develop to-do list pads, organizers, meeting planners, project planners, just to help me be effective with my work and ensure that I get things done. So I did this years ago, and I shared it with my friends, my colleagues, and they loved it. And at one point I was selling the products on eBay, which done well. But as you know, if you've worked in the corporate world, working in investment banking and trying to work on other projects, it took a toll on me and it just went into the dust. So years have gone by, and as of last year I bought it back. I started to share it with my clients, and it inspired me to develop new products and create new concepts and ideas that would enable people to work smarter. So I created the Monthly Goal Tracker to help me come up with my goals, and more importantly, review and track my progress. It's all good coming up with goals, but if you don't know how you're making progress, then it defeats the purpose. And a lot of you, as you know, come the end of the year, we come up with New Year resolutions. We say we're gonna change, new me, which that doesn't happen. You're still gonna be the same person. And it's that we get excited, and motivation is very short term and temporary. So it's important to have tools and processes in place. And this is what the Monthly Goal Tracker does. So I've intentionally not put any years, because I wanted you to be able to use the Monthly Goal Tracker in 2020, 2021. Whatever year it may be, you can use it. And you select the month first. So you select the month and then you put the year. And then I've intentionally listed a number of categories to help you use it as a guideline to write your goals. And these are the key headings that you would use to complete your Monthly Goal Tracker. So let me cover each one in detail. So the first one, which is the KPI. So the KPI stands for Key Performance Indicator. This is ultimately key metrics that you can use to track your progress, to know whether or not you've achieved your goal or you've underperformed. So for example, you may say you want to go gym 5 times a month. Come the end of the month, if you've gone gym only 3 times a month, on the actual section, you will write the number 3. So obviously, you didn't achieve the 5, and that's okay. This is not about being perfect. Sometimes you're going to achieve your goals, and sometimes you're not going to achieve your goals. But the key thing is to write down your challenges. Why didn't you achieve your goals? So it could be due to sickness, it could be due to traveling arrangements, wherever it may be. Write what the challenges were, because the goal is to next time overcome them challenges. And the wins are successes of the goals that you set. So for the gym, you may have lost weight, you may have gained muscles, wherever it may be, that's a win. And you don't actually need to fill in the win section. You could just put a tick box. For example, if you had gone to the gym 5 times a month, that could just be a tick in the win section and you'll be good to go. So now I'm going to walk you through some examples on the type of things you can write on your goal tracker for each category. This will hopefully spark some ideas for you when you are setting your goals on a month-to-month basis. As a consultant, you may want to meet 5 clients a month. Let's just say you wanted to do 2 training courses to develop your skills. Imagine you had your own YouTube channel and you wanted to upload 4 videos a month. Lastly, if you ran a company and you had sales revenue targets, let's just say 5K. And come at the end of each month, the goal is to determine whether or not you achieved it, underachieved, or over exceeded. So it could be 4. You could actually do the 2 training courses. You could have exceeded your YouTube uploads. You could have even exceeded your revenue target at 7K. So for example, meeting clients, sometimes there may be clashes with time. There could be challenges with someone being sick, and that could be a challenge. Training course, you actually achieve 2 training courses. Your wins could be you being able to add another service to your company, or you can ultimately just use the win section as a tick box. So if you don't have any challenges or any wins, you don't actually have to complete it. It's not compulsory. YouTube channel. So you exceeded over 4 uploads. So I'm assuming you didn't have any challenges there, and your wins could be more revenue just from uploading more videos. Sales revenue target, you exceeded that. So I assume there will be no challenges, but there may be. So depending on the situation you're in, complete it accordingly. And then wins could be more profit. Moving on to the health category, let's just say you want to go gym 5 times a week, that will be 20 times a month. So you put 20 on the KPI section. If you wanted to improve your cooking and you wanted to cook 4 times a month, you would write 4. You don't have to complete all the rows. It's not by force. If you only have 2 health goals, that's okay. Now let's move to finances. Some examples, you could have a goal to save more, so savings, a goal to save $1,000 each month. Imagine you had to pay off a credit card. You could write paying off your credit card. Let's just say it was $500 each month. And then if you wanted to invest, you could write that as a goal. Moving over to relationships. Imagine you lived far from your parents and you wanted to visit them more regularly. That could be a goal. And I wanted to see them twice a month. If you have a partner and you wanted to go on a date with them, and that could be 3 times a month. The actual for visiting parents could be 1 challenge, could be due to conflict of time. Dates, imagine you managed to go on 3 dates. That would be great. You can tick off that as a win. Self-development, these are things such as reading a book, language class could be there, learning an online course. Let's just say you wanted to do 1 of each month and you was able to achieve that. That would be a quick win, win, win. Fun and adventure, this could be things like going to the cinema, going to the beach, feeding the homeless. Cinema could be once each month, the beach once each month, feeding the homeless twice each month. Imagine you achieved going to the cinema once, not being able to go to the beach 0. Challenge, weather, cinema, not a challenge, you achieved it, so you can give it a tick. Feeding the homeless, imagine you've done that twice. There was no challenges there. Wins, happier people. So this is just some examples that may spark some ideas for you when you are creating your monthly goal tracker. The other section is there just in case you need more space. Let's just say you had 6 career goals. You may want to use and occupy the other space, or you could use others to write other stuff that may not fall into any of the categories that I've listed. Go into a co-working space to work. That could be another goal. Go church, that could be a goal. Sharing tips on your Insta page. Imagine I wanted to do that 10 times a month, and then go church 4 times a month, and then you will give the actual results. 2, going church, missed 1. Sharing tips, actually doing 10. No challenges here for co-working space. Challenge for going church was late night. Sharing tips, no challenges, because you managed to achieve that, and you'll tick off the rest. So this is a prime example of how to use the monthly goal tracker. I hope that was useful and helpful. I just want to conclude by giving you some top tips on how to set your goals and ensure you achieve your goals. So my first tip is to keep your goals minimal, but stretch yourself. There's no point of setting goals that you know you're going to easily achieve. Secondly, I would suggest getting an accountability partner, someone that you trust, someone that can motivate you. This could be your family member, this could be a close friend of yours, but someone that you respect, because the goal is for them to check on you on the end of the month to see if you made progress and achieved the targets that you set yourself. Number 3, do not cheat. And what I mean by that is that if you do not get an accountability partner, there's no point of cheating yourself and saying you've done this and done that and you know you haven't done it. The goal is to realize where you need to make improvements, where you need to make adjustments, where you need to grow and develop, and that's okay. There's no such thing as being perfect. This is why the monthly goal tracker was created. Lastly, it's all good setting goals, but if you don't schedule the necessary steps and actions you need in order to achieve them goals into your day-to-day life, you won't do it. And that's the end of today's video. Thank you for tuning into this video. If you want to get your hands on the monthly goal tracker, click on the description box below. If you have any suggestions on improvements, I'm open to that as well.